Good morning. Welcome to another beautiful segment on our breakfast news this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed your Valentine yesterday. I'm bringing your breakfast news to you this morning as Mark Conjola, Oluwatosin Esther. Here are the major headlines. On our local news this morning, while Sylvester was treated at home, says father. Identify disgraced fake pastors, cleric urges Christian Association of Nigeria can. On our political news this morning, Diaspora group faults APC's constitution amendment. On our business news this morning, reps to invite ministers and NPC orders in refineries, fuel consumptions probe. On our sport news today regarding the English Premier League, Rognick reviews position Man United wants to finish the season. On our health news this morning, Yobe government warns citizens against open defecation, other dangerous attitudes. On our foreign news this morning, 1 killed, 41 injured in commuter train collision in Germany. And on entertainment news this morning, Tonto Dike's ex-husband, Church Hill, celebrates wife Rosie on Valentine's Day. So full details coming up next. Welcome back. Why Sylvester was treated at home, says father. Sylvester Oromoni Sr., the father of 12-year-old Sylvester Oromoni Jr., a pupil of Dowen College, Lekki, Lagos, who died in controversial circumstances, on Monday told a coroner inquest that his son was treated at their home in Warri, Delta State. The news of Sylvester's death went viral following a social media post by his cousin, Perry Oromoni, who alleged that some senior pupils of the college beat him up in his hostel because he refused to join cult. But the school denied the claim, stating that the boy complained of leg pain following an injury he sustained while playing football. A coroner inquest was set up to look into the circumstances surrounding the death. At the resumed proceedings on Monday, the family's counsel, Andrew Efole, tendered some documents, including the interim police investigation report, the working suspension letter of some of the accused students, and the deceased boss. However, the deceased father, during cross-examination by the counsel for one of the accused students, Godwin Omoaka San, told the inquest that his son was treated at their home by the family doctor, Agbo Owojede, after he told the family that there was no private ward available in his hospital. Oromoni Sr. further said the deceased was not taken to the hospital on November 24, 2021 by the family, adding that he arrived in Lagos from Delta State around 6 p.m. the following day after he was told by another of his sons, Keynes, that Sylvester was in a critical condition. The father said he went to Warri with his son on the evening of November 26, 2021, adding that the deceased was not taken to hospital on that day. He stated he was taken to hospital and the doctor said there was no private ward and he was taken back to the house. On November 26, 27, and 28, 2021, he was treated in my house on the doctor's directives. On November 29, he was taken to St. Louis Diagnostic for X-ray and scan. We were referred to the center by the doctor. I was not there that day because I had rushed to my house in Asaba, Delta State to pick up something and I came back the next morning, which was November 30, 2021. He died on November 30, 2021. I was already in Warri when he died. I was in the hospital when the doctor informed us that he did not make it. From the clinic, they were taking him for burial, but I called them and they brought him back in the e-logs that they were using to convey him and they parked in front of my gate. The police came and took pictures and videos of the body, and after that, they asked me to take him to a mortuary and not bury him. Omoaka, following the revelation of Oromoni, requested that the interviews the deceased father granted to some media organizations be played at the inquest. In some of the video clips, Oromoni alleged that his son was dragged, beaten, and his stomach stomped by some students. Before the videos were played, counsel for the Oromoni family, Efole, objected to the tendering of the clips on the grounds that his team had been served. The coroner magistrate Mikhail Kadiri adjourned proceedings to today, Tuesday, for the continuation of the cross. Identify disgraced fake pastors, cleric, urges CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria. The spokesman, World Bishops' Council, Africa Bishop Seun Adeoye, has decried the rising spate of fake pastors in the country, calling for urgent cleansing of churches in Nigeria. Adeoye, who is the General Overseer Sufficient Grace and Truth Ministries, Okini, Osun State, in a statement issued to mark the 70th birthday of one of the church leaders in the state, Bishop Gideon Folahomi, challenged the leadership of the Christian Association of Nigeria to immediately commence a registration and licensing of all practicing clerics in its fold. He lamented that the social media platform have given unhindered access and voices to many of the fake pastors, where they emit foul odors and vomit dirt from their bowels in the name of prophecies. The statement further reads in part, "Today we are surrounded by the so-called men and women of God, declaring fake prophecies, spreading unbiblical doctrines, engaging in all manners of immoral behaviors, and undertaking all sorts of rituals at the altar. Although these false pastors are in the minority, they are dangerous to the church and the society. They dupe in the name of God. They cause havoc to the church and so much pain and shame to true Christians. They are worse than bandits. These wolves should be identified, exposed, and disgraced. These shafts must be separated from the wheat. They are not called by our Lord to preach the gospel, but they see the church as a means of livelihood to serve the gods of their bellies. Therefore, these bad ones must give way to the gospel of Christ to flourish. CAN leaders should embark on urgent cleansing by registering and licensing all genuine men and women of God in its fold. By this, we can easily identify the evil ones and help deliver victims from their wickedness. Christian Association of Nigerian leaders should be ready to come out boldly to deny anyone who engages in satanic activities and deregister any pastor whose behavior is inimical to the well-being of the body of Christ. Enough of all this nonsense in the name of God, the statement read. On our political news this morning, Diaspora Group fought APC's constitution amendments. The Diaspora Chairman Forum of the All Progressive Congress has faulted the proposed amendment of the party's constitution. The forum's secretary, Mr. Ayola Lawal, in a statement on Monday, said members of the party in the diaspora were not in support of the proposed constitutional amendment by the party. The statement partly read, "We have cited the recently released proposed amended constitution of our party. And as leaders of the party in the diaspora, we express the deep disappointment of Nigerians in the diaspora who represent over this recent attempt to completely obliterate any iota of cohesive and functional participations by Nigerians in the diaspora as members of our beloved party, the APC. The treatment by the Constitution Amendment Committee to the diaspora compatriots as members of the APC is quite difficult to understand. We strongly believe allowing such to stay as recommended in the proposed constitution will promote acrimony, instability, and loss of united operational focus and outcomes in the diaspora chapters of the APC. By way of reminder, we made definite suggestions on the diaspora proper inclusion in the party organs that promotes diaspora inclusion and engagement, and a structured reward system for our members to strengthen our party in the diaspora Nigerian community. Our contributions to the committee are a true reflection of the agitations of our members for party recognition and our years of experience managing the affairs of our party since inception, as well as members of the legacy parties that gave birth to APC. Representative invites ministries and non-PC orders in refineries fuel consumptions. The House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on the State of Refineries in Nigeria is billed to invite two federal government officials, regulators, marketers, workers' unions, oil companies, and other stakeholders in the petroleum sector in its investigation of the inability of the country to refine its crude oil. According to reliable sources in the committee, those who have been penciled down to appear before the committee include the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami San, and Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Sylvia. Also on the list are the Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmad Idris, Auditor General of the Federation, Adolphus Agugu, and the Director General Budget Office, Ben Akabueze. Officials of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Authority, Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company Limited, Kaduna Refining and Petrochemical Company Limited, Port Harcourt Refining Company Limited, Dangote Refinery, and all licensed modular refineries, among others, will also appear before the panel. The committee had begun an investigation of the current state of the country's 4 refineries and the amount spent on the turnaround maintenance of the national assets. The chairman of the committee, Ganiyu Johnson, after the inauguration of the panel of February 3, 2022, had disclosed that the stakeholders in the petroleum sector in both the public and private sectors will soon begin to appear before the lawmakers. The House had on January 27, 2022 adopted 2 motions to institutionalize on earlier order by the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, for an investigation of the current state of Nigeria's 4 refineries and the actual volume of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, being consumed by the country daily. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited had said it spent 100 billion naira on refineries rehabilitation in 2021 and that funds were pumped into revamping the facilities on a monthly basis last year. It disclosed this in a report on the funding performance of the oil firm from January to December 2021, which was seen in Abuja on Sunday. Although no refinery was mentioned in the report, Nigeria's refineries had been under the management of NNPC as the rehabilitation of one of the facilities. Port Harcourt Refining Company had been ongoing. The other refineries under the NNPC's management include the Kaduna Refining and Petrochemical Company, as well as the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company. In the APC's NNPC's latest funding performance report, the firm stated that 8.33 billion naira was spent monthly for a period of 12 months beginning from January to December 2021 on refinery rehabilitation. On our sport news this morning regarding the English Premier League, Rangnick reveals position Man United want to finish the season. Manchester United interim boss Ralph Rangnick has said finishing 4th this season will be the highest possible achievement. The Red Devils play Brighton on Tuesday in the Premier League on the back of 3 games without a win. United have a Champions League round of 16 tie against Atletico Madrid, but Rangnick insists that finishing on the top 4 was more important. We want to finish 4th in the league. This is the highest possible achievement we can get. The Champions League, definitely we want to proceed, but it's not an easy one. In the league, it's number 4. That's what we have to achieve and what we are aiming at. Next season, after being here 11 weeks, I know what it takes for the next season, but it's not the time now to discuss this with everyone, Rangnick told a news conference on Monday. On our health news this morning, Yobe government warns against citizens' open defecation or the dangerous attitudes. The Yobe State Ministry of Environment has warned citizens of the state to desist from practicing open defecation and other attitudes that are harmful to human health. The ministry, via its information officer Shetima Mustafa, handed down the warning in a statement which highlights the quarterly sanitation activities across some major towns of the state. He equally cautioned the public on the dangers of depositing solid waste, which, according to him, if not properly managed, can serve as breeding mosquito grounds and harbor other vermin, which can easily serve as vectors for the spread of diseases in the community. Mustafa noted that it is against this background that the Yobe state government, through the ministry, employed casual evacuation exercise labors to augment the quarterly refuse evacuation exercise carried out across the 4 major towns of the state, which includes Potiskum, Gashua, Nguru, Gaidam towns. This is to ensure adequate solid waste management before evacuation, as most of this solid waste happen to be littered around and spread all over the communities by wind and scavenging activities. The statement added, he said the casual laborers are working on a daily basis to make sure that all littered waste are being raked and burnt to make it easier for evacuation in the quarterly evacuation exercise. The ministry is appealing to the general public to be conscious of any activity that will endanger life and well-being of the citizens, especially the activities of scavengers and others using the dumping site for open defecation, as those can tremendously trigger the spread of diseases in the country, the statement advised. On our foreign news this morning, 1 killed, 14 injured in commuter train collision in Germany. 1 person was killed and 14 people were injured on Monday when 2 commuter trains collided near Munich in southern Germany, police said. The cause of the crash at around 4:40 p.m. local time was not immediately clear. Images in local media showed passengers standing next to the track after the collision, with at least 1 partially derailed carriage visible. 1 person died in the collision of 2 S-Bahn trains, Munich police tweeted. Another 14 people were injured, a police spokesman told AFP. The crash occurred near the S-Bahn urban rail station of Oberbensan-Schäftlarn, southwest of Munich. Within the 2 commuter trains apparently slamming into each other head-on on a single track line. More than 200 rescue workers and police were sent to the scene. 1 injured person was initially trapped inside the carriage but was later freed. According to the police, Germany's top-selling Bild newspaper reported that around 95 passengers were on the 2 trains and that a train driver was trapped in the mangled wreckage. The stretch of track in Germany's Bavaria region was closed off after the incident, with rail replacement bus services running. Passengers on board the trains told the local macro newspaper that they had felt a loud bang and were thrown forward in their seats. German rail operator Deutsche Bahn said the relevant authorities had opened an investigation. No assessment can be made about the cause of the accident at this moment, it said in a statement. Our deepest sympathies go out to the relatives of the victim of the accident. We wish the injured a speedy and full recovery, added Eiko Botemer, head of S-Bahn Munich. Bavarian Premier Markus Skoda expressed dismay at the terrible news and thanked the rescue workers for their quick action. According to local radio, 2 S-Bahn trains nearly collided in the same area last August, but both drivers were able to brake in time. On entertainment news this morning, Tonto Dike's ex-husband George Hill celebrates wife Rosie on Valentine's Day. George Hill Olakunle, the ex-husband of Nollywood actress Tonto Dike, has penned romantic words to his wife, Rosie Mura. The businessman who married the Gambia-born actress shortly after his divorce from Tonto Dike wrote on his Instagram page, "Love is beautiful. I know that for a fact. You have shown me the sweetest part of your love, and the only thing I am sure about is being with you. I'm proud to be loved by you. Sometimes I think about what would have happened if I never met you. Only you made my world very meaningful. You a rare gift. Happy Valentine, my wife," at official Rosie Mira. George Hill displayed pictures of his wife on his social media page. However, Rosie Mira has not posted any messages on her official Instagram handle since Sunday. It was earlier reported that the couple celebrated their 2nd anniversary recently. They adorned traditional attire on Instagram. Mira, who thanked her husband for loving her, said she was a complete woman with him. "Knowing and marrying you have brought nothing but joy, peace, and satisfaction to me. There are so many beautiful things to say to you, but most of all, I want to say thank you for loving me. Happy anniversary, baby. Cheers to many more years together. I love you," she had said. And that will be that on our breakfast news this morning. Do stay with us. We'll be right back shortly. Welcome back. We're still on our breakfast news this morning. Highlights of the major headlines on our breakfast news. On our local news, why Sylvester was treated at home, says father. Identify, disgrace, fake pastors. Cleric urges Khan. On our political news this morning, Diaspora Group faults APC's Constitution Amendment. On our business news this morning, representatives to invite ministers NNPC orders in refineries fuel consumption probe. On our sport news this morning regarding the English Premier League, Rugnick reveals position Man United wants to finish the season. On the health news this morning, Yobe government warns citizens against open defecation or the dangerous attitudes. On our foreign news this morning, 1 killed, 14 injured in commuter train collision in Germany. And lastly, on entertainment news this morning, Tonto DK's ex-husband George Hill celebrates wife Rosie on Valentine's Day. And now with that, on our breakfast news this morning, to thank you for watching. I want you to continue to remember to always follow us on our Facebook and Instagram page and like our page respectively, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel on AYOGEN Online Television. I remain your host, Makonjuola Oluwatosin Esther. Do have a very wonderful day and happy Valentine's.